Hey everyone, GTAM family and friends, and I hope that you all are as excited as we are as we're preparing to welcome you all back here to our house of worship in person on Sunday, July 4th. Wanted to first give a shout out and thanks to all of you all that were here this week and this Saturday afternoon, doing the final touch up and preparations, getting the house cleaned and disinfected and all that kind of good stuff and ready for our in-person gathering. So thank you to all of you all that were here. And what Chantel and I want to do is just take a couple minutes to share with you what you can expect when we do come back into the building and are in each other's company for the very first time. Okay. And we're going to be here to greet you personally, welcome you back. And let's start there, right? Let's start with the greeting and what to expect. As you all know, GTAM is a place of love, right? We love to love here in GTAM. And the way that we have expressed that historically is through hugging and embracing one another. And we're just a very affectionate ministry, right? But the principle associated with love is that we do what's in the other person's best interest, not just necessarily what we want to do, right? And so when it comes to greeting one another, we want to still maintain an attitude and a posture, a culture, a climate that is filled with sincere and genuine love, but how that gets administered, how we express that may vary from person to person, right? So let's talk very practically when you greet someone. Everyone's in a different place, different circumstances. Some people are fully vaccinated. Some people are partially vaccinated. Some people are not vaccinated at all. Some people have underlying health conditions and so on and so forth. People are on different stages of sensitivity when it comes to how we interact and greet one another and so on and so forth, right? So the best thing to do is to ask the person or just through your physical gestures, what is it that you're doing? Are you handshaking? Are you doing fist pounds, right? Are you just waving from a distance or are you hugging and embracing? Give the other person the opportunity to share with you. And sometimes they'll lead, right? They'll just come, hey, how's it going? And that lets you know they're, pounding. Others will stick out a hand and you can respond in kind if you're comfortable with that, right? But just, be sensitive that different people are in different places and they have different comfort levels. So let's be mindful and considerate of that. And, I like to put it this way. I'm going to give what I get, right? So I'm completely open and receptive to whatever. So if people don't want to do anything, they just want to wave and stay 6 feet apart, I'm perfectly comfortable with that. If people want to, shake hands, I'm very comfortable with that. If people just want to give me pound, I'm very comfortable with that. If you want to give me a hug, especially with this lady, I'm very comfortable with that. Okay. So just reach out to the other person and find out from them, what they're comfortable with, and don't, give them any weird looks or anything of that nature. If they're like, hey, I'm just waving, like, hey, I totally get it. Respect that, and hi, it's just great to see you. Right. So let's start there with just, how to greet one another. And let's start there. Right. Also, in terms of comfort level, right, there are hand sanitizing stations throughout the facility, including when you first walk in the door, right? So there's hand sanitation station there. There's hand sanitizers in both the men's and the women's bathroom. There's hand sanitizers in all of the Kingdom Kids classrooms, in the multi-purpose classroom, and we'll even have some hand pump hand sanitizing stations in other places in the facility. So you should be able to keep your hands nice and clean and sanitized that way. When it comes to the bathroom, right? So we're not going to have anyone down there, standing sentry and doing a head count and things of that nature. But our bathrooms While they're multi-person bathrooms, they're not the largest in the world. So we're probably going to ask that we limit, restroom occupancy to about 3, right? 3 per person. And we'll let you all self-govern on that, right? So don't feel compelled to go in there and have to be the Gestapo. Hey, pastor said only 3 people in here and you're the 4th. You need to wait outside, right? We don't need to do that. But generally, let's try to maintain 3 people in each of the bathrooms at any given time. And with that, be considerate, right? If you're in the restroom and you know that there's people waiting, try to, get in there, do your business, and step out so others that are waiting can get in as well. So anything on the bathrooms that I need to reiterate?
No,
pretty much got that one?
Crystal clear, yeah.
Okay, awesome. So there are no restrictions at this point in terms of us maintaining any kind of physical distancing or anything of that nature. So you're free to sit wherever you're comfortable, right? So if you're comfortable sitting right next to other people, then go for it. If you want to have a little bit of space, you can govern yourself accordingly. We have room in the sanctuary as well as in the back of the sanctuary. So we should have plenty of seating for people to space themselves out as they are comfortable. And again, I think one of the big things here is that we don't want to have any causes for division, right? So don't get weirded out or anything of that nature if somebody scoots a little bit away from you, right? It's not because they think you have the cooties or anything of that nature, right? It's nothing like that. It's just, they're being cautious. It's their comfort level. And because we love them, we're going to respect that, right? And not look at them funny, treat them funny because they may have wanted a little distance. Okay. Yeah. Now, let me say this. The scripture says, if there are any sick among you, let him call for the elders of the church, right? And then the elders will pray for you and all of that. So, I know that historically, if we're not feeling well, we've run to the church, right? We've come to the church. We want it. If I can get to the house of the Lord, if I can have hands laid on me and everything else, I will be well. But again, scripturally, if you're sick, you're supposed to call for the elders of the church and they will come to you. There's other places in scripture as well that talk about, putting some distance between you and others so that your illness doesn't spread to others. And especially, in this post-COVID environment, we're going to ask you to do that. If you're not feeling well, then it's probably best for you to stay home so that you don't bring whatever you're fighting and overcoming into this environment that may end up, causing others to get ill as well. Give us a call for the elders of the church, and someone from the ministry will reach out to you. We will pray with you, pray for you, and give you the ministerial support that you need while you're recovering from whatever illness it is that you may have. And at the same time, we're also working on continuing our Sunday morning broadcast and doing that live. So you won't feel as if you're missing out or that you're left out, right? You'll still be able to tune in right here to this YouTube channel at 10 a.m. and you'll be able to see what's going on here in the sanctuary. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, in the very early weeks, it may be a little clunky. Okay, we're working on it. We have plans to improve our equipment and everything else so that we can improve the quality of the broadcast. But starting this Sunday, or maybe for the first couple of weeks, it might be a little clunky and hopefully it'll come across acceptable. But just be a little patient with us if it's just a little clunky in that first couple of weeks, and it should improve over time. So then that way you can still be a part of the in-service experience, even though you may not be able to be there in person. You can catch it in this format, okay? I think last but not least, let's talk about masks, okay? I have you're like killing me. We have I have this handy dandy mask with me here today. And Chantel is going to grab a mask and bring it over also. So we will have masks here if for some reason you didn't bring one. Again, you should understand what the guidelines are for your particular set of circumstances, vaccinated, not vaccinated, and so on and so forth. So there may be people walking around with a mask on during our service broadcast. And if that's the case, again, don't be weirded out. Don't look at people all sideways. Why are you wearing a mask? Let people do with whatever it is that they're comfortable doing. and then you do whatever you're comfortable doing. And, again, we can show our love for, one another in a different way. And that's a part of it, by thinking about what's in their best interest and let's making sure that we're supporting that. Okay. So God bless you. Didn't want to spend a whole lot of time on this, but did want to just give you some idea of what to expect when you come and join us again in person. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you all and greeting you all. Yes, Shannon is saying it. Bless her heart. Okay. And so I'm looking forward to greeting. It smells good, actually. I'm looking forward to greeting you all in person and seeing you all here tomorrow and just having a great time of fellowship. And for those that have not heard, after our time together in the sanctuary, we're just going to have some time of fellowship out here on the lawn. It's supposed to be a beautiful day tomorrow. We have this big, beautiful lawn that's been freshly mowed. So bring your lawn chairs, your blankets, your picnic baskets, or whatever the case may be, and on the lawn as well as you prepare for however it is you're going to celebrate the 4th of July. So God bless you. We love you. Hun, I'll give you an opportunity to share any closing thoughts or comments. I'm sure you're excited about greeting everyone tomorrow as well.
Very excited to see everyone in person. It's surreal that we're actually going to be in person, and let's just continue to love each other when we come together and celebrate all that God has done during this time. I mean, I know there's probably mixed emotions, because some have lost, have great loss during this time. But there's still a lot of things that we have to celebrate God on.
Absolutely.
And so I'm just excited to celebrate with each and every one of you that are going to be here in person. And let's continue to keep those that have to remain home or that choose, due to their comfort level to stay at home. Let's keep them in our prayers. And we're all family, and we're all at different places. And so we respect where everybody is at. But as far as those that are coming in person, let's celebrate.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to what God has in store for us, not only tomorrow and just having an opportunity to, again, see one another, fellowship with one another, but also even where God is taking the ministry from here. I'm just really excited to see that sort of unfold. Exactly. So it starts tomorrow. Yes. All right. So God bless you. We'll see you then. Okay. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day. Yes. We'll see you Sunday.
Don't forget your lawn chairs.